Guess who? It's Sakura Space's most hated girl. She's pulling a silly grin at me. Nice to see you too, Kotori. I was so deep in my own thoughts that I did not hear her enter the room. Neither did the fucking AI, apparently. Not even doing its job properly. Oh god, I've become like one of them. I'm calling it it. I pull my hand away from my pistol. You should have seen the look on your face. It's so much fun to see our cool captain lose her composure. Kotori is always doing things like this, but it was kind of nice to just sit there and watch you think to yourself, right. She's fully dressed in her battle gear. I see that you're wearing your equipment. If you could describe that as armor, sure. Well, it's been a while since we've had a big job, so I've been doing some training. Her daggers are glowing, obviously a sign that they've been used recently. Glowing daggers? How shit is that gonna be if you accidentally murdered someone? Stab. Put it in. Walk off. Hello, officer, what? This dagger? No, it's not glowing. Ignore that, I haven't stabbed anyone. What if you accidentally brush up against something? And then the dagger glows as you walk away? That's so stupid. I've gotten a bit rusty, but there's nothing a little effort won't fix. When she gets the motivation to do something, Kotori does it like no other else could. Other than most people. Whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, only time can tell. I was just wondering what our illustrious captain was thinking about. Just working on the details of our bounty. I've bet everything on this case. Not only that, but it's going to be a difficult case to track. You know, I hate this music. The quicker it stops, the better. Oh, yeah, so she wants a kiss. Cool, sweet. That was all that was. That was just 5 minutes of teehee, I want a kiss, I wonder what you're thinking about. Aren't I a zany character? That music does want to make me kill myself, though. So, probably gonna try and avoid it. The ship we live on is quite a sizable one. Since the operations of this mercenary company span across many parts of the galaxy, there are many different teams who live on board. So we work for a company, or we're a company by ourselves? Hard to say. Since the operation, every team has their own living quarters, and there are even on-board shops. They can even have AIs, which act as administrators in their quarters if they so wish. Our AI signals us as we step out. Keep in mind that you currently do not have an income. This job that you have picked is not going to pay for some time. So do be careful with your budget. Thank you again. Come on, everyone. Why are we taking them out with us? Right, first of all, why are they dressed like fucking cow and a Teletubby reject? And second of all, even if it is armor, we're only going shopping? What is it, Black Friday? Do we have to? Well, if you do not want to go, then you can just stay in our quarters. No, I want to go. When she's on training or on a mission, Nami is very awkward around other people. I know, you told me this. She's trying to get better at it, however. Kotori, on the other hand, has to be restrained when she's around other people. She acts too much like an over-friendly Labrador when she's in public. I wonder how everyone is doing today? Probably worse now you're here. Remember, you are representing the pride of the company when you're out there in public, Kotori. You must act in a dignified, professional manner. She's not listening, however. Come on, let's go see what new gadgets they have here. She's practically pulling me by my arm, with Nami trailing close behind. Perhaps it would have been a better idea to stay in our quarters after all. Then again, most of our company are familiar with their shenanigans. So perhaps won't be too much of a problem. It's going to be a huge problem. These two cause such a scene between the both of them. I will just have to roll with the punches this time. As we pass by a cafe, I can hear the mercenaries chatting amongst themselves. So have you heard about the $1 billion bounty? So we're not the only people on it. Who hasn't heard about it? Everyone here wants to have a crack at it, you know. Well, it looks like the bounty is not gone unnoticed. Why would it? It's $1 billion, and you're just expecting people to not remember or not know. This means we will have to be careful too. Sounds like a whole lot of talking about nothing to me. What, $1 billion Imperial is nothing? The mercenary snorts. Sorry that we aren't all driving diamond-encrusted ships like you are. You know that diamonds are worthless in this galaxy. They've been mining a damn planet of the stuff for years. You know what I mean? The point that if it turns out to be a hoax, it's worth having a look. That would just be a waste of everyone's time. There's no way of knowing if the bounty is legit. Yep, brilliant. This is going on too much. That is a very long explanation for something dull. Looks like everyone is excited about this bounty. Excited? Yeah, we were clearly listening to different people. It would seem that way. Hey, you lot, do you mind? We're trying to have a conversation here. My apologies, gentlemen. No point in starting a fight. Passing by the electronics shop, Kokori's eyes glimmer with excitement. Remember, we do have to be careful with our budget for the time being. Only buy things which are essential. All of this looks fairly essential to me. You know what? I absolutely fucking hate Katori. She's everything wrong with, like, visual novel characters. Just someone who's massively over the top, right? You've taken someone outgoing, not knowing what an outgoing person really is, and then banged it up to 11. You know? Ugh. I just shake my head, and then Nami is on the opposite side of not knowing what shy is either. Just fucking minus 10 out of 100. Nami, however, does not appear to be interested in any of it. Is there something you wanted to see while we're here, Nami? There are a number of different things you can buy here. I want food. We've not restocked in ages. She makes a fair point. Oh, right. This is an excellent idea. We have to restock on bacon first and foremost. You should really cut back on the bacon. Not you too. If you plan to have so much bacon, you should do really swimming with me. It'll be a great way to burn off all that fat. Isn't that bad? And I do plenty of work. Everyone in my crew is so carefree. I sometimes wonder if there is any point in me being the captain at all. What we need to buy is an array of healthy, fresh ingredients. Fresh? How often do we go to the shops? We can just buy fresh and it's fine, okay? For like ages. Sure. I know many diet plans which would be perfect for energy and combat awareness. Perhaps you would like to try it, Captain. What about you, Kogori? No, I'm fine just as is. But your diet is far from optimal. My stomach works very differently from everyone else's. I hate people that say that. I hate people that say that. Oh, I actually lose weight a lot slower than other people. It just can't be done. It's like, oh, what? Your body works differently from the rest of mankind, does it? Does it? Does it really? No, it never does. You see, it's highly important that I get the right amount of sugar daily. How else do you think I have all this energy? It would explain a lot in retrospect. Anyway, that will not be necessary. Just stock up on a variety of different supplies. If you can make something healthy from our stores, then great. If not, then we will have to make do. Earth-like ingredients are far and few between on the ship. Since we pass all sorts of different places, you can end up with some exotic ingredients. Let's just hope that no one decides to pick up a piece of fruit because it looks pretty. Is something wrong, Captain? You seem troubled. I just remembered that I had something I needed to do. That's how we're playing this off. We're just leaving. You two go ahead without me. You sure it's nothing? Yes, please, I'll be fine. I still don't know whether us on the right here, whether that's the AI or the main character. I fucking no clue. I thought it was the AI, but the more the time goes on, the more I'm unsure. The two of them seem reluctant, but they don't say anything. Okay, we'll be back before you know it. Let's go buy dinner, Nami. Understood. The two of them disappear out of sight. Good. I get to an isolated part of the ship where I'm sure no one else is around. Alright, you can come out now. Now what business do you have with me? It's probably just my imagination. It's not your imagination, otherwise this wouldn't be a scene. Actually, this is Sakura. This could fairly well be a scene. We could sit down here and have, like, masturbating and then someone catches us. It's like, oh no! That's probably going to happen, to be fair. Maybe those two mercenaries who were here were listening to earlier. Around here, people tend to solve their disputes that way. Strictly non-lethal, of course. It goes against our company policy to insure other employees. For a long time, there appears to be no one there. I then hear a giggle echo down the hall because it's a girl. Oh, I'm just curious about you. What is this? German fucking gay clubbing music. Don't you already feel much more relaxed? I already feel much more relaxed. It's a woman's voice. I know better than most people that you get a lot of strange people on the ship. It's massive and it passes by many different space stations and hubs throughout the galaxy. However, something about this woman. It makes me uneasy. So hang on, I thought the other two were like the best of the best as well, but none of them were aware. At all. Good. If you were just curious about me, you could have simply approached me, and yet you followed me all the way here. I cannot help but doubt you have good intentions. You possess a very analytical... No! I possess one which recognizes danger! What the fuck? Oh, you possess a very analytical mind, Sherlock. No, this isn't clever! Tell me, Captain Shiko, who do you think I am? You must be a drifter of some sort. I'm not good with faces, but I'm familiar with teams who work around here. Anyone who knows me also knows better than to try and start a fight with me. I find it hard to believe that a random drifter happens to have business with me, so just who are you meant to be? Oh, believe me, we are connected. You took up a bounty job recently, didn't you? Like everyone else here, you do odd jobs, and I'm sure that such a massive bounty would be irresistible to you. You seem to know a lot about me. Yep, apparently so. That's a bit unsettling. Some strange woman followed me. Oh, come on! We can infer this from the conversation that just happened. Oh, well, this is rather odd, isn't it? Yes, it is! Well done for pointing it out. Whoever this person is, they are excellent at concealing themselves. That is cause for concern. I cannot help but let my hand rest on my pistol. You'd be surprised at how popular your crew is. It does not matter what job you do, you always do it. You have something of a cult following throughout this galaxy. What I find odd, however, is that you're completely unaware of this. There are people who report sightings of your crew everywhere you go. Yeah, sure. Okay, we managed to somehow not know this. I do not exactly glue myself to a digital pad like Katori does, but that's something I have to worry about later. There's also another detail. Isn't it publicly available information when a team picks up a job? That's right. You have to make a declaration to the company when you take up a job. Every other employee on board the ship can find out who is doing what job if they look it up. So somehow this woman has gotten that information publicly available. Publicly available? How did she get this information? Fucking hell, libraries really do die out in the future, don't they? And she became aware that my team has chosen this case. However, there would be hundreds of names in it by now, judging by the interest generated. So why did you single my crew out then? What exactly makes us stand out among the hundreds of who are taking up the job? Ooh, but you are very special, Captain. No other mercenary on board has a success rate as high as yours, do they? It's a cat girl. It's then that the woman finally steps out from the shadows. Her appearance. Wait, what is that she's holding? She's not holding anything. It's an invisible cock for all I care. It all suddenly clicks into place. You just must be a Akane then. But how did you end up here? She looks very interesting, to say the least. Whip. The whip that is her signature rests in one of her hand. Whip? What fucking whip? There's nothing there. It's like she's holding a microphone. Ugh. They just reversed the image there. Good. I have no doubt you figured out the pattern, but there was one other small detail you missed. A company ship also happened to visit the planets you are talking about. It's then that it hits me. So a company employee has been the one causing you this mayhem. Something about it did seem familiar to me. In other words, it was you. Precisely. You're a sharp one, aren't you? That ship just so happens to be docked on this capital ship. She's just giving away all of this so easily. Yeah, I know. Look, she's worth $1 billion Imperial dollars. I don't see how. She's probably not. You wouldn't reveal this information unless you were supremely confident that you wouldn't be caught. Although I'm certain that this woman is really who she claims to be, yet what is she doing? What she is doing does fit in with my previous theories about her. Theories? God, you're like someone on fucking Tumblr. She leaves visible trails and clues on purpose. She must believe herself to be untouchable even by people who are extensively trained. Now that is a bit worrying, considering I'm facing her by myself. Also correct. But don't think I'll tell you why I'm untouchable by you. You enjoy a bit of detective work, don't you, Captain? Well, my job doesn't often require me to employ using detective skills. No, it doesn't! That's really something else that I have an idea of. You have training, I can tell by the way you move. One of these things always annoyed me. I think it was like one of the Bourne films. It was just like, well, if I'm a normal person, how can I tell that that man over there is, I don't know, 250 pounds, can take care of himself? How can you tell he's 250 pounds? 'Cause he's overweight! How could that possibly mean you're a secret agent? You're just fat! You've noticed that someone is overweight! Well done! Even now she has a cat-like grace. She's carefully poised, just standing in the right position. Judging by the length of her whip, I would guess she has about 3-meter reach, and she just happens to be roughly that close to me right now. You would be correct once again. Before, you asked me why I picked your crew. What do you think is the answer? If I were to think about it logically, you would view us as a potential threat. Okay, so that is us. 100% now, just gonna say, the redhead girl is not the AI, that is us. 100%. You mentioned that we have the highest success rate of missions among this company's mercenaries, so if I were going to protect myself, I would eliminate my most dangerous opponents first. How far am I off the mark? You would be right. However, that is not the only reason. Despite everything, I'm a big fan of yours. Wouldn't it be fun to get involved with one of your adventures, I thought to myself. So you set up this bounty deliberately just to lure me out. Oh no, that wasn't me. I'm just taking advantage of the situation. Her whip begins to crackle with power. So can the great Captain Sheikah and her crew capture Akane, the Enigma? I can't help but let a smirk form on my face. Alright, hang on. I'm going to move my cam so you can actually see. That's a smirk. That's a polite smile at a royal dinner. That's not a smirk. Akane, the Enigma. Quite a grandiose title you've given yourself. From what I've seen, your adventures are the definition of grandiose, so I would not want to disappoint. I can't wait to see what sort of fun we will have together. Isn't she fucking, like... Everyone knows what she looks like, and she somehow managed to not be noticed in the middle of a mall. Was she Spider-Man climbing up on the walls? Not even walls, it'd have to be like ceiling. She already sounds like she's sure of her victory. However, there's just one detail that you overlooked. Oh, fuck you. One detail you overlooked. We're actually, like, we're probably based off of Sherlock and Tumblr detectives. There is no way. And that will ultimately be your downfall, Akane. Whatever might that be, Captain. You just saved me the trouble of finding you myself. Are you sure you're ready to play a game of cat and mouse with my crew? Because I don't think you are. You have the training and experience, but you're way too early to be able to beat some of the best in the business. If you know me, then you know that you're going to be in for quite a fight. Akane just giggles. Oh, I most certainly am ready. After all, still have a lot of missing pieces to the puzzle. All you know at the moment is my alias. I'm just a drifter who came onto the ship recently. No one else here knows my face or name. No one knows your face? You've been caught on... Whatever. Well, inconsistencies galore. She begins to slip back into the shadows. I will see you soon, Sheikah. I cannot wait to see what sort of fun we will have together. It's then that I see many security drones drifting in from the hallways. All of them look like newer models, faster reflexes, better networking, more precision. Not the kind of thing you can just find lying around. Oh, you were kind enough to leave me some target practice. So no one from outside noticed, like, the 10 surging security drones. No? Okay. I have to take a moment to analyse them before I strike, and as far as I can see, they're equipped with non-lethal weapons. She said she was a fan, so I'm just going to presume she isn't out to kill us. But if I actually got hit by those drones, it would be rather humiliating. Reputation is everything in this line of work, after all. Alright, sure. So I'm just presuming we don't get hit, because this is just going to be a load of bollocks, isn't it? So we need to see whether we get hit. That's the goal. No. Okay, sweet. So we didn't get hit. We all knew that that was just going to be bollocks for like 5 minutes and saying the same thing over and over again. Action scenes in Sakura are written about as well as... well, verbal diarrhea, really. Among the twisted metal husks of the drones, I cannot help but let out a grin spread upon my face. It's been a long time since I've enjoyed myself like this. Not only is this job paying really well, but it's also going to be a lot of fun. But I need to think about this more carefully. If she's using non-lethal weapons, then what does that mean? She was a hostage? What do you... fuck it. She said she wanted to have a lot of fun, so naturally she wouldn't want to end quickly by using lethal weapons. This is some sort of elaborate game to her. That would make sense. Piecing it together, it would also explain a lot about her actions. Captain, are you here? Everyone seems to be arriving rather conveniently late. Where did you go? Those two must have been wondering where I went. I am fine, do not worry about me. What happened here? She looks around at all the smouldering drone scraps on the floor. I had a run-in with our target. Our target? You mean she's here? Let's go back to our quarters. I'll explain everything when we get back. I fucking swear, if you're about to go over what happened, I'm going to cry. Just don't.